So, hi everyone. Welcome to this webinar. My name is Peter. I work at the Resco support department. And today's topic will be Woodford, the basics. So, in this webinar, I'm going to show you how to install Woodford. I'm going to give you some introduction on it. We're also going to create a simple customization in which we're going to add a new entity, we're going to enable a few fields, we're going to create a new view and a new edit form. And we're also going to set up a sync filter. So what is Woodford? Woodford is our customization tool. It is a Silverlight application. So to use it, you have to have Microsoft Silverlight installed, of course, the newest version. What is Woodford used for? Well, it is used for creating mobile projects, or in other words, our customizations. What you can also do with Woodford is you can manage users and licenses, you can do geocoding with it. Geocoding, that means converting address information into GPS information. Just a note, Woodford can only be used by CRM administrators, and it can be only installed by CRM administrators. So we have two versions of Woodford. We have the standalone Woodford. It is a standalone Silverlight application that is installed at your computer. You can find the installation package at this link. So let me show you how it is installed. So let me just switch to my browser. Okay, you can find the link also here on our website. If I go to customizations, I click on this. So this is also basically a Silverlight. You have to have Silverlight to see this. So before you want to do anything with Woodford, you have to have Silverlight installed. So I want to install the standalone application. So I just click install. And let me switch to the installation. I guess I can't. Okay, that was quick. Actually, the installation is very quick in this case. So let me switch to the Woodford. Right after the Woodford has been installed, it already opened. I have this information, the URL already pre-filled with our own internal server. So you fill in the URL, your username, and the password. As the CRM administrator, you click OK, and the Woodford starts to initialize. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, I couldn't show you the first synchronization of the standalone Woodford to the CRM server. What actually happens at the first installation is that the Woodford will start creating custom entities on the server. It will actually ask you that if Woodford can create these entities. You just click yes, and it starts. The process is, it can be long. Sometimes it's long. Sometimes it's short. And then after that, you can already start using Woodford. So, okay, this is the standalone version. What we also have is the managed solution Woodford. This means that you download a managed solution package from our website, and then you import it to the CRM server. So Woodford is only installed on the server. How to access Woodford from the server? Well, the Woodford will be positioned in settings, Mobile CRM, and Woodford. In CRM 2011, you just click here and Woodford starts. There is no in this version of Woodford, you don't have to type in the URL or the credentials. In 2013, you can find Woodford. You can find Woodford if you go to settings. It was the same as 2011, but it's, and if I have to move this, So I have to go here, go to the right, and then click on Woodford. So let me click on that. So this is the managed solution, Woodford. It starts in a browser window. The first start of this tab Woodford asks me to set the isolated storage quota. Usually, you want to have it you know, as you want to give it as much disk space as possible, because sometimes, you know, over time the temp files of Woodford get big. So also the standalone Woodford asks for this on the first installation. So let me click OK. Yes, I want to OK. And you see, without any authentication, it starts. I just have to first register. So you just put your information here. Okay, I think this is enough. I'll have to fill all fields. Okay, so support, because I work in the support department. Okay, and it starts refreshing, and it loads. This means that it starts loading all of the definitions from the server from all of the entities. So it takes a while. I'll just wait until it's finished. Now it's checking the required entities. This means that these are the entities that were created by Woodford itself on the server. Okay, so this is it. And yeah, this was the standalone Woodford and the managed solution Woodford. And let me go back to my presentation. Okay, and the next thing in our presentation is going to be, we are going to create a new mobile project. We're going to create a standard mobile project. And yes, so let me switch to my standalone Woodford because I have it synchronized with a different server. Okay, so here we have the Woodford, and you start creating the mobile project by clicking on New. The type of this mobile project will be the standard user mobile project. This means we are creating a mobile project for the normal CRM users. This means all of the CRM users have an account and a security role assigned on the server. So the name, I want it to be nurse, because let's say we're creating a mobile project for some, you know, medical institution where nurses use, you know, mobile devices to input information about patients. Let's put in the priority. I'm going to put in 100 priority. What it is good for? It's when you have 2 or more projects which are assigned to the same security roles. You can tell exactly which one will you get with priority. The higher the priority, the higher in the list of the, well, the higher the priority, the how to explain it. Well, the higher the priority, the bigger the chance will be that it will land on your device according to your security role. So since I'm the system customizer, I'm going to assign this mobile project just to myself. I'll use because I'm also the system administrator. Okay. Let me click on OK, and let's wait a while until it's created. So what Woodford actually does now is that it saves some information in the custom entities on the server. And these Woodford entities store connection. Okay. I think we lost the connection for a while. So I guess I need to refresh Woodford again, because the connection loss wasn't good for it. So let me... Okay, I'll have to start again, so I'll delete this, start new, just to make sure everything will be fine. Okay, now it's been created. Now let's open it. And what I want to do in this, I want to enable a custom entity because as the project is now, it is in the out-of-the-box state, and we want to enable for the mobile project the my custom entities. So what I have to do is I have to just go here. These grayed out ones are the entities which are not enabled. You enable entity by hitting the enable button on top. So let's do that. Okay. It's now enabled. Let me just stretch my... Okay, so the entity has been now enabled for the mobile project. Now what I want to do is enable a few fields. So I'm going to enable this one, and I guess this one. This is okay, this is enough. And what I want to do now is I want to create a view for the entity. So I'm going to go into the views, I'm going to click new. The name can stay patients, the type will be a public view. You can have more types of views. Just like in CRM, you have associated view, or lookup views, and also a dashboard view. I'll keep the template empty. I'll hit OK. And now I see here in this space, this is called the designer. I have just one field represented by a cell with certain dimensions. And the effect of this you will see shortly when I switch to my mobile application. So I'll keep it this way. I'm not going to do anything in here. I'll go into forms now, and I'm going to create a new edit form. Okay, this can stay default. So I'll start by adding fields. So the first field is going to be the name, then the age, the gender, and probably just the weight. I'm going to add a spacer into the form, and as the last field, I'm going to add the owner field, so we know who owns the field. Okay, this is enough, right? So we have a view, we have a form, we enabled some fields. What we also have to do, so I can access the entity directly, I have to create its representation, or its link in our home section. I will show you that what exactly it is in our application. So I have here the patient. I'm going to move it from the available entities to the left, the entities in the home. I'm going to hit save. And what I'm going to do now is just publish the project so we can see the changes. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the mobile application. So hopefully it can be seen. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to synchronize the application with the server, with the same organization. And hopefully we will see here that in this list the patient entity will appear. Okay, so the patient entity is here. So let me just tap on it. Okay, so here we see is the view of the records. This is the design that we saved in Woodford. So there's just one field, just the name. So let me click on one of these, and here on the right we have the form. This is the form that we have specified. Okay, so this has gone well, but I already see a problem here. If you can see here, the owner is unknown. And the question is why it is unknown. Well, it's because the name of the owner, the name of the CRM owner was for some reason not synchronized. And the reason for this is that when you create the mobile project from start, it's the user entity, the CRM user entity is not enabled. That means that basically none of the names of other users has been downloaded or synchronized to the device. So let's get back to the Woodford. And very simply, let's just find the user entity here. Here it is. And I'm just going to enable it. I'm not going to create any views or forms for it. I'm just going to enable it. This means that I enabled this for synchronization. So when I now synchronize my when I synchronize the mobile device to application, okay, it said the application was updated. That means that new definitions have been downloaded. So let me click on the patients. Let me check, and I can already see that there's an owner there. So we've synchronized the information about the users. Okay, this has gone well. The another thing that we want to do, or we want to create a sync filter. So let me go to the Woodford. And let's create a sync filter. I'm going to go into the patient entity. And what I want to do with the sync filter is, here is the button for configuring a sync filter, is that I want to only synchronize those patients those patient records of which am I the owner. So let's click on the sync filter. Very easy, add the condition that the owner must equal current user. That means the current user on the mobile device. So in this case, it's me. So I should definitely see less records when I synchronize again the mobile application. So let me publish, and let's see if after this synchronization I'll see less records. Okay, it tells me that it's downloaded is the customization and all of the new definitions. So when I look now at the patients, I only see 2, right? So if I click on it, I see the owner, it's me, this is my name. So this is going well. There's another thing that we have to watch out for, and it is the online mode. When I activate the online mode by clicking on this little button here. So if I activate it, I go back to the patients, and what happens is I see all of the records. And why is that? Yeah, well, it's because the online mode that does not respect the synchronization filters. Why? Well, the online mode is basically a real-time stream of data from the server to the device, but this data is not stored in the offline database. So the sync filters do not apply because sync filters are, their purpose is to limit the data that you get into the device during the synchronization. So how am I going to limit, how am I going to see the same amount of records in offline mode and online mode? I want to get exactly this in the online mode. So very simple. I go back to Woodford. And I'm going to go to the views because the views dictate which fields, which records I'm going to see. And we are not going to create a view filter, which we can here, because I could just create the same view filter like the user the owner equals current user. But what we can do, we can just click on the view, click on properties, and we can tell with this option, use the same sync filter in online mode. So check that. Let me publish. And let me go to the application. And let's just synchronize it. Let me synchronize the application. Okay, so update it. And let's switch to the online mode. Okay, let's go to the patients. Now we see the same amount of records. Okay, so this has been a very simple introduction to the mobile projects, or in other words, customizations with Woodford. You can do much more stuff than this. One thing, maybe some more tips for troubleshooting. Let me go to Woodford again. Sometimes people have problems with trying to figure out if they set the security roles for which the project will be assigned. If they set it correctly, what they can do is a very simple check. Here you click on check user, you just input the name, and let me just check. And he told me that yeah, this project will be assigned to me. If you have more projects which are assigned to the same security role, you will see more projects. So let me do that. Let me create another project. I'm not going to customize it. I'm going to say like a doctor, and it's going to say, I'm going to click on more of these, and but I'll say the priority is like 50. Okay, I will have to just publish it so I can see it the next time I use the check user function. Okay, so let me check user. Let me input the name. So you see now I have two projects. How do I know which one will be used for this user? Well, it's easy. The one on the top is used for the user. And you see how the priority helped me keep this project to my user. So this is how the priority works and how the check user works. Yeah, and also a last small tip. Let me go back to the nurse. So every time, for example, for some troubleshooting, every time I hit this publish button, even though I haven't made any changes, I go back to the mobile application. Even though I didn't make any changes, I just pressed the synchronize button. Every time I press the publish all, okay, let's give it a second. Okay, finally. We have some slow network here today, I guess. Usually it takes just a few seconds. Oh my, it's really slow. Okay, let me just kill the application because something was just so I can restart the synchronization. Okay, now it finally moved. Okay, so what we see is that the application said the application was updated. So every time I hit the publish button in Woodford, the application should say this. This is good for checking if the mobile project is really getting into the device. Okay, this has been the last thing from me today.